welcome to episode 3 here on Satisfactory. We are going a little bit into it. Now take the time to talk about what so essentially, we want to beat the phases, right? Complete the space elevator. That's the main goal. So the thing that makes everybody like I said, how are we gonna do it? So what I would like to do is probably nothing different from what other people have done, or who knows, right? But what I think I'm gonna do is, looking at the map, I'm gonna look for like all the nodes that like the high producing nodes, and I want to make a bunch of like mini, or I wouldn't say mini, like some small factories that produce like one thing. So for example, I'm gonna make one factory that produces like a bunch. So one factory that just does fruit. That means I will have to build constructors, right? So yeah. Anyways, then we'll have a factory that makes iron rod, and then another factory that makes copper sheet, iron plates, wire, cable. I'm not gonna lie, pretty sure it's gonna be the smallest one because it seems to be the fastest one. I have played this a little bit already, but I haven't like finished. So I have an idea of the game. I'm not an engineer. I don't think I'm gonna make some really crazy builds that I've seen on YouTube. They've been popping up all over the place. But we're gonna get fancy, right? We're gonna get as fancy as we can, and then we'll see where we take it. See how it goes. It's pretty fun. There's a lot of like content on it where people are talking about how it, like, hacks your brain or whatever. I don't know if you guys have seen that video. I actually haven't, but it makes sense because even in the other playthrough that I'm still like slowly working on, like, man, I've taken apart and rebuilt my entire factory like twice, or no, like just destroy the entire thing and start over. And what I'm realizing is, like, that's kind of the main point. It makes sense because whenever you break something down, you get everything back. You get all of your supplies back. So, that being the case, it's like that's what they want you to do. I know that the guys are the people that made this game. They're like really open. They talk to the community a lot, and they've built a lot of stuff and made the game based on a lot of like community opinions. So that's super cool, you know. But anyways, yeah. Goal is phases. Complete all the phases. Finish the space elevator. Create a bunch of mini factories or small factories that make, all the supplies, all the materials, and then those factories will flow into like a factory that has like the final building production deals. So the further we get into it, we'll see all the bigger manufacturing stuff, and we'll be able to see like all the other stuff, right? It really makes you work. Like, the amount of time you can put into this game is pretty crazy, and you don't even have to try. Like, I'm at like 99 hours already, and that seems like a lot to me. I don't know about you guys, but that seems like a lot to me. Anyways, that's the main goal. Also, I would like to find all of the, what are they called? The summer sloops. I want to find all of those. Let's see if I can. Die. Ooh, that was close. I want to find all the Mercer spheres. I want to find all of these guys. Now it won't let me search it. Do I have them? Oh, I guess I used it. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think they're called summer sloops. I want to find all of those as well. And I would like to have that, like, doggo dude, that little, like, lizard dog. I don't know if you're actually able to, like, have one as a pet. I know I've seen, like, they made it look like it in some of the trailers, so I've been trying to kind of figure out how to do it. Please don't tell me how. I want to figure it out. But anyways, yeah. Find the Mercer spheres, find the summer sloop. Have a pet. Hold on, let's see if this works. Come on, you can have it. Where are you going? Can you make him a pet or no? Crouching. Back here, dang it. I don't know, maybe not. Anyways. The other thing I do want to build also is a bunch of power plants. So goal is for that to have one giant fuel powered one giant coal powered one, and then a nuclear power plant. I've been able to get to fuel and coal powered. Coal is first, then fuel. But not the nuclear, so that'll be something new as well. This beginning setup is just that, beginning setup. It's not meant to be like fancy, it's meant to just kind of get the job done, get it going. But he'll soon. I'm gonna start breaking it down. once I get the blueprint deal, I'm gonna try and figure out a way to make the just make a really like space efficient layout so that I can copy and remake and redo. That way, hopefully, I can like grow the factories easily. Like whenever I'm low on screws and I have to, add a bunch more screws, I should hopefully be able to make the screw factory bigger, make the iron rod factory bigger, so on and so forth. So yeah, that's the plan. In terms of how the videos are made, I think that I'm gonna keep it make a video, no commentary, make a video like with commentary on and off. I think I am gonna speed up the building process because that does take a long time, and I'm not trying to make these videos like ridiculously boring. So these first two are just gonna cover the first ones that I've done. So that's it. And it's my first time really making videos, so I'm really expecting Alright, they want a yellow slug, bunch of rotors, and overclocking. I do need this, which I should be able to do. This will really help with the efficiency.
Overclocking development completed. Power shards can now be inserted into all buildings to increase input and output speed. Underclocking is also possible. Note: power consumption of overclocked buildings increases exponentially.
Yeah, so the overclocking feature is nice because it helps you like really control the output input of all your buildings. Helps you, like if it's too much you can reduce it and then use less power, use less supplies and stuff. You control more how your factory runs and operates. So it's pretty nice. It took me forever to figure out how to take those things down. I've already spoiled a few things, so I won't spoil that if this is your first time. But yeah, it took me forever to figure out how to get those out of here. Now, that gives me something to do right now, actually.
To the altar and chant. Unknown crystalline mineral collected. This mineral is composed of the same chemical elements as quartz and may yield similar industrial functions. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Well, what I'm looking for is sulfur. So, I know there is some, I was just hoping here, but since I can't find any single right now, it is. Oh, also, I don't know, again, if you guys have seen the other videos, it was pretty fuzzy, like a lot. I think I figured it out. I think it was my FPS settings were wrong for the screen recorder. So this should be hopefully the second one are not that good. But the rest should be better. I might just have to use the screen recorder. Usually when those guys are here, it's because there's something special out here. I just don't know what. I know there's coal up there. I can hear the... I can hear the slug. Normally I look for the little like light glowing towards it, but I don't see it. Maybe it's up here. Yeah, it's probably up there.
Witness a single strand of the tapestry. Unknown chemical element collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid state, and exhibits a most pungent smell. It is fortunate fixit helmets are of such high quality. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential applications.
The effigy has no song, only echoes, but is part of a ritual. Why does the effigy hold your windows?
Attention. Your brain's operations are outside typical parameters. Time spent daydreaming will be deducted from your sustenance budget.
If you guys really hate the gathering everything part of the videos, like, I can take them out. But the main reason why I show them is because it's a big part of the game. You know, like, before you have other types of power and you're using the biomass ones, this is a really big part of the game. It's a little bit grindy, yeah, but I don't know, so far in this game, I'm enjoying the grind. Like, it's fun. It's right on the cusp of being not enough or too much, in my opinion. And, you know, the further in you get, the harder it is, because you have to get more stuff, or you have to make more things. So it makes sense, in my opinion. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Is it too grindy? Does it take too much time, or do you like it? So far, I think they've done a good job. think it's about time we give Pioneer 1 a bit more character. Also, if you guys can think of a name that we can give him, put it in the comment section, and we'll change it from Pioneer 1 to something else. I kind of like this helmet more. I feel like a Pioneer would be a very technical person, so would like this type of helmet with more possibilities for looking at the details a lot. The wrench is more of a personal touch. The Shows of Adventure channel color theme is kind of a mix. It's like red, blue, and some yellow accents. So I'd like to use red, but not really loving it here. And then red and blue is gonna make it look like a Spider-Man theme. But let's try a few different. Yeah, see, that does not look too good in my opinion. Yeah, I just don't like this color scheme. Looks weird. This reminds me of a pizza. Just the red and yellow. Okay. Kind of a Darth Vader type of thing going on. Maybe some black on white. I don't know, I think I'm liking all black. This is okay though. All white. Did you guys ever watch Samurai Jack? When he's fighting the shadow guy and he covers himself in his robes and he's completely white, and when he stands in the light he's camouflaged, and the other guy would stand in the shadows and he would be camouflaged, and they're all fighting. That's an old show. Some red and white. It doesn't look bad, it doesn't look all that good either. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with all black. We'll change it up some more later. I was not expecting the taser to be turned black. That looks pretty sick. It would be funny if we could take off the cautionary stickers on everything. Kind of like a as a thing to make Fix-It Matter does. I want to change the colors for the factory too. I was playing around with it the other day and I tried this like forest green color and I really liked it. So what I figured out is if you like the color, you can save it as a preset, you know, give it a name, and then you just click on the default colors at the top and pick that color that you just chose. That way you don't have to go and change every machine, every foundation or whatever. You just have to change the defaults at the top. So if I name this color, it'll be saved as a preset, and then I can just pick it whenever I want to make something that color. Default stuff. Yeah, so now that I changed it, all the machinery and the storage compartments are all changed to the other color. I have to change all the defaults, but I haven't yet. Because after I did this, I started kind of lagging a lot. So I decided to just stop now. It did stop though when I like saved it, backed out, and came back in. The lagging stopped. I thought maybe like my recording was messing it up, or too much memory is being used or something. But I don't know. Maybe it's just, you know, the game having to change all the colors. Maybe it's what made it lag or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, once it's daylight, you know, y'all be able to see it a little better. I thought it looked really good. So, alright, all my smart plating is done. So now, time to ship it up into the elevator.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub. Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more. Completing Phase 2 of project assembly is your next main objective. New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore and exploit for a better Fix-It future. Phase 1 of project assembly completed. This is only the beginning of project assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far. Reminder, not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and/or puppies. Continue the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
Pretty sure I got all of that stuff, so let's go get it. This way we can start building the coal power plant that I'm talking about. We probably won't go as big right now, but we'll get started so we can start building steel stuff. I didn't get enough reinforced plates, so I'll have to go grab some more of that.
Milestone reached. Power production can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source. To assist with locating and identifying water, Fix-It has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
I wonder if they purposefully meant to create all these kind of like checkpoints where you build a few things and then you go to the next one. You build a few things, you go to the next one. Like this method of progression. I wonder if they like meant it to be this satisfying. Because it is. Every time, I've been able to grab all the stuff that I need because I already built it, or, gather everything I need and then build it. It's gratifying, being able to, alright, complete another portion of the mission. And now on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Like, it's satisfying to me. I don't know about you guys, but I do enjoy this aspect of it too. And in terms of like the building, initially in my first playthrough, I saw the foundations and I ignored them. I was like, I like this organic method of building just on the ground and just making it work around a lot of the vegetation, around a lot of the terrain. It's fun, it's fun being able to just build around it and having these funny shapes and everything. Now I do get or understand the whole spaghetti deal. Everybody doesn't like it when you just have random what's it called, conveyor belts going all over the place randomly. Like, that's no fun, right? It does have to have some control, some organization, right? So that it doesn't just look crazy and hectic. That didn't stop me from making crazy and hectic stuff, right? I'm sure everybody did that event at first. And I plan on still doing it again every once in a while, just to kind of get by and get stuff going. It's just part of it. It's part of the game, like, what's more important to you, making it look beautiful right now or completing the mission? It's part of the fun. You decide. What would you rather do? Right now, this is part of the stuff that I was saying earlier too. My mini factory planning is going to be based a lot around the nodes, like where they are. So right now, I'll probably, show a little bit of it and then fast forward through it, or just skip to the end. But yeah, I'm going to put the nodes. I'm going to mark the good nodes, the ones that are at least normal, not the very low producing nodes. I'm going to try and avoid those unless there's a really big group of them together. Then I'll add it to the map. Because if there's like 5 nodes together, even though they're low producing, that's still a lot. So I'm going to try though for the best producing nodes, the highest quality, they produce the most without having to add the extra power battery deals, the power slug battery deals. See, like this one's impure, so I'm not going to add this one because it's very low producing. So anyways, that's what's going to kind of guide where I build the mini factories, which are probably still going to be big, that will create the specific items. And then after that, like, the map will guide the other stuff, like whether I'm going to do what some people have done, like highways and use trucks, or just a gigantic train system. Man, I haven't even gotten to the largest factory machinery. I feel like I haven't even reached the biggest one. I've gotten to the one that takes in 4 different materials. But I don't know, I have a feeling that there's a bigger one. But anyways, besides that, yeah, the map's going to be a little big guide for me. It's going to guide the trains or the highways. It's going to guide what gets built where. And then finally a centralized location where I'll do all the really big factory machines. It will be based, on a centralized location where all the nodes that I want to use are. Like this area right here, there's a lot of iron nodes. There's 3 right there, and then I think behind me there's more. I saw some on the top edge, or ledge. So because of that, I'm going to put another one of these here. Unfortunately, when you make a marker, it doesn't let you just copy it. Or if it does, I don't know how to do it. Alright. So right now, I'm just going to keep putting in these new markers. You can name it whatever. You pick the icon, you pick the color. And I'm just going to mark them all as this like rock. And they're just going to have different colors and names so that I can easily tell what the material is and all that. Looks like there's a immersive sphere up there. And we got some copper. Later in the game, when you start exploring more of the map, it's cool how they change the terrain, because at the beginning you can get to all these crazy high up places by just going round and round the mountain. They clearly made it possible to go up the mountain just by jumping. And later in the game, when you're trying to get to high up places, you can't do that.
The effigies ripples through our temples, our veins nearly touch. It is shy, notes shall be taken and played.
From a certain perspective, your brain looks like it is processing language, but there is no auditory data. If you are hearing voices that are not mine, this is no cause for concern. It is a common side effect of extreme pressure and stress.
I also have to say that them making this planet have like some kind of spiritual being trying to communicate with you and talk to you and tell you things, even like, and the fact that they're creepy things is really interesting and creative in my opinion. I really, even though it's creepy, the things that it's saying, and it's weird and maybe slightly disturbing, it's really interesting and fun, and trying to decipher what does it mean by all the crazy things that it's saying. Come here, piggy. He keeps getting away from me. Copper seems to be a bit less available, so I might just mark all of these, all the copper ones, and just make the ones that are impure, like copper I, and then copper normal will be copper N, copper pure will be copper P. And I know that copper is like a copper color, but I think I can easily understand it because, when copper corrodes, or I don't know what the right word is, but it turns green, essentially. And as more, as I keep marking more nodes on the map, I think it's going to make more sense what my plan is, like what I'm trying to do, because it'll be more visibly clear what the goal is, Then maybe I'll be able to, like, on the actual map, I'll mark screw factory, rod factory, and then I'll know where to build it, and then I can keep planning the expansion and the growth. First, no, never mind. That's kind of I know I've already kind of spoiled a few things, but I won't spoil everything, so.
Milestone reached. The Xeno Basher is a direct upgrade from the Xeno Zapper. In the words of the engineer that first developed this tool, quote, "The Zapper kind of electrocutes things, the Basher straight up smacks stuff, while also electrocuting them," unquote. It is beneficial during encounters with aggressive fauna, and has been tested thoroughly. The engineer's noble sacrifice for Xeno research will not be forgotten, whoever they were.
Stupid biopower. I need to start making these modular frames. I'm going to move this assembler over here, make it a little easier for the conveyor belts to reach, and then I'll just switch this assembler to become the assembler that makes those modular frames. So I think it needs iron rod, so I'm gonna have to add a splitter. Every factory needs a little bit of spaghetti here and there. Just for a little while, and then we'll reorganize it and make it look all beautiful. This way we can keep making the rotors, and we can start making some of these modular frames. I don't think that the rotors are using that many of these iron rods anyways, because looks like they're flowing pretty good. Plus, who doesn't like spaghetti? You gotta be crazy to not like spaghetti.
This unknown chemical element was in reality an unusual mixture of solid sulfide and sulfate materials from which sulfur can be extracted. Sulfur's primary use lies in fertilizers, which we have no use for. Instead, this element enables access to more volatile obstacle clearing and pioneer defending tools. The crystalline mineral was a previously unknown variation of quartz, with uniquely large and flawless crystals, normally only found in synthetic quartz. The industrial application of this mineral will follow that of its synthetic counterpart, specifically in communication and exploration technologies.
You know, one major thing that I noticed, I don't know if this happens to everybody or if it's just me, but something I noticed is that I get these really long thinking sessions, and it's not on purpose. I just get distracted, and I'm like thinking. At first I was like, okay, where's the quartz? And I start thinking to kind of like try and jog my memory, where's the quartz? And now I'm like, where's the coal? And so I start just kind of looking for it. Again, just trying to remember where it was, if I remember where it was at all. And it's like I'm planning, but I'm not really planning. And it's kind of a big waste of time, honestly. And it makes it hard not to like just edit everything out. Which, you know, I will, right? As long as there's like nothing to really show. but I figured it would be a good time to talk about it. Like, do other people do that? Where you just stand around for a little while and you're thinking, and in the game you're not really doing anything, but at the same time you are, because your factory is working while you're on, right? But anyways, eventually what I thought about was I want to make the basher. Before I continue to, go exploring and go find the coal nodes or find the quartz nodes, like, let me go ahead and make this basher, right? So, gonna get the supplies and build the basher. But yeah, you guys deal with that? Like, all of a sudden you've just been sitting there for 5 minutes and you're just thinking and planning or whatever? Or do you find yourself just always like, you pick a task and you do it, you pick a task and you do it? Anyways, this is gonna be it for this episode, guys. If you made it to the end, thank you, really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm gonna try and update you guys and let y'all know, like, okay, the next one's gonna be a just building video or whatever, and then the one after that's gonna be commentary. Like, it'll just be a video per video thing. And in case you guys in case you haven't noticed, like, the pictures are gonna have like a pretty obvious wording as to what will be in the video. So whether it has commentary, no commentary, like, I'm gonna try and be just really obvious with it, so that way you guys can just watch what you want to watch, Also, I do like the long form videos. I feel like if I did a 30-minute video, it just wouldn't show a lot. Like, I wouldn't be doing a lot, and there would just be a ton of videos with very little things done. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm just slow at, playing the game. But regardless, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this channel morphs. We'll see what you guys like, what you guys don't like, and we'll adapt, we'll change, and we'll grow. Again, thanks for watching. Appreciate it very much, and see you guys in the next one.